How's it going, everyone? November has come to a close, which means it's time to show what I picked up this month because this is the month where people go movie shopping. A lot of good deals online about actually 2 weeks before Black Friday. Because Black Friday just gets worse every year. I feel like there's nothing ever on sale on Black Friday. This year, all of November basically was Black Friday, and everything up until then we were getting slowly some really good deals on Blu-rays and 4Ks and other deals through other stores, either Barnes and Noble. I even think Arrow had a sale going on. So a lot of good deals online. In stores, not so much. So most of the things I did pick up were online. And I thought I'd show you guys what I picked up. So let's start with the first one being Inglorious Bastards. For $4, I thought I'd definitely pick this up. A really good deal. It comes with a slipcover, which isn't something you see too often. And really enjoyed the beginning of this movie. Amazing opening. And Christoph Waltz is incredible in this movie. Not my favorite Tarantino movie. Kind of didn't like Brad Pitt in this movie. But I do enjoy moments of this movie that it was worth picking up. Next up, with the late passing of Sean Connery, I rewatched all of his James Bond films, even the one that's kind of not officially a James Bond film. And I picked up the first three. I think these are the only ones worth owning. The next three were kind of bad. And even the unofficial one was bad as well. But some people go out and they buy the entire box set of James Bond. I just don't see myself watching all of them. I think the first three are the best ones of Sean Connery's filmography, with Goldfinger probably being the best one of the lot. And I already own some of the Daniel Craig films. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, I already own it in this three-film collection. I didn't like Spectre, so I didn't get it. They have officially repackaged this, and it does include the fourth film. But they also recently released one like this for $15 for Sean Connery, and it includes his first three James Bond films, which I wish I had bought because it just saves space, and it actually would have been cheaper than buying those three, but who knew? It was like out of print and it was like $60, and here on Black Friday, the one thing on Black Friday that pops up, and I'm like, oh, freaking crap. Like, I should have waited. But nonetheless, good to own those films. I just don't need the entire set. I think the Roger Moore films, I need to watch all of them. And Pierce Brosnan was a GoldenEye, I think. Yeah, that's kind of campy, but I guess it was a little bit enjoyable. And then there was another one with Halle Berry, and I think that's who it was. And I didn't like that one. Next up is Insomnia. Quite the underrated Christopher Nolan film. Really love the performances from Al Pacino and Robin Williams, and the atmosphere is really cool with the fog and what's its representation for Al Pacino's character, and just the setting of Alaska itself. It was just like a very mysterious film, and I just love the tone of it, and the story was pretty intriguing. Not too many people talk about it, but it is a really good film. Honestly, Christopher Nolan doesn't have any bad movies, so you can't go wrong with a Nolan film. I think that's one of the only titles that actually doesn't come out on 4K. Next up is Rush Hour Trilogy. I remember these were really hard to get at one point. The third one came out in 2000. When was it? 2007, I think, when Blu-ray was still kind of finding its footing. Then eventually they released the first one, and the second one got like a limited run, and anyone that wanted to own the trilogy had a hard time completing it. Now you can get it for a very good deal, all three movies. And I really like the packaging, and I enjoy these movies. I know they're not really great movies. I think the first two are pretty good. The third one's not that good at all, actually. I recently rewatched all of them, and the first two are just kind of guilty pleasures, and that's why I got it. It's a good deal, and a lot of fun from Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Next up, Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, $6 for this Blu-ray. This did not come out in 4K. I know it's on Netflix, but I just wanted to own the physical copy of it. Because, I don't know. I felt like it was a good deal. And definitely one of Adam Sandler's better performances in years. Like, considering all the stuff he releases, this was a nice change of pace. Next up, we have some of my Criterion pickups, because I actually didn't own any, so I got around to watching some more older films, and I picked up Stanley Kubrick's The Killing. I remember I really enjoyed this. Never heard of it before, but I really enjoyed it. The ending is kind of messed up, but hilarious at the same time. I don't think anyone's hated a dog as much as they have in this movie after they watch the ending. Solid film. Yeah, really good, like heist noir. I guess that's how I would describe it. Next up is Alfred Hitchcock's The Lady Vanishes. Really enjoyed this movie. The last 15 minutes kind of didn't work for me, but everything leading up to it was so great that it's so rewatchable. Just wish the ending was a little bit better, but still, very solid entry from early Hitchcock before he became really popular. Next up, Lost in America. Never heard of this until this year, and really found myself enjoying this one. Nice little comedy from the 80s that plays on the Easy Rider movie, and kind of what would you do if you wanted to drop everything and live life the way you wanted to and not have to work a day job from 8 to 5 or whatever. Was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty funny. Really underrated film. Not too many people talk about it. The next film is Mulholland Drive. I think it's a no-brainer. If you love film and you love creative films, this is a movie you want to own. Really masterpiece film from David Lynch. Glad to own it on Criterion. Another film that I need to rewatch. It's been some time, but man, this film, I remember loving the cinematography in this film when I watched it, and it's probably the best Pocahontas story you're going to watch on film. And you can't go wrong with this cover. I mean, it's beautiful. Terrence Malick's The New World. Gonna rewatch it at some point again. Next up is a French modern heist film. One of the first, actually, modern heist films. I think Asphalt Jungle was the first one. Really good film. It's in French, but very, very highly recommended film for anyone who loves heist films. Enjoyed this one quite a bit as well. And lastly, Three Outlaw Samurai. Fantastic film. Anyone into samurai films should watch this film. I recently watched another one. I think it was Lady Snowblood, which you could see the Tarantino influence that film had for him. I didn't enjoy it as much, and there was some other samurai film that I watched, and I thought it was okay. But then I came across this one, and I'm like, yep, this is the one. Still have to watch Seven Samurai, which came out around the same time this did as well. I'm sure I'll be picking that up on Criterion at some point as well. I'm sure I'm gonna like it. I have so many good things about that film. Just haven't found some time to actually sit down and watch it. I did pick up actually one other title on Criterion. It was Anatomy of a Murder with James Stewart. I'm just waiting for it to come in through Amazon. A really good court drama. Saw it this year. Was like, yeah, no brainer. I'm going to be picking this up. It's one of the most compelling court dramas I've ever seen. So definitely wanted to pick it up. You can't go wrong with James Stewart. I've yet to see a single movie with James Stewart where he's done a bad job. So a really good movie. Do check it out if you ever get a chance to. Next up, we're moving on to some of the 4K titles. It's a Wonderful Life. Speaking of James Stewart, great job he did in this film as well. For $10, you don't see prices like this. And this year we had a few 4K titles for $10, which is pretty insane. So, Wonderful Life. First time watching this Christmas classic. I'm sure I'm going to be watching it this Christmas again. For $10, great deal. Same goes with The Blues Brothers. This is such a fun, rewatchable film. Had to pick it up on 4K. The price was not that much different from the Blu-ray, so when in doubt, just go with the 4K. Next up is The Quick and the Dead. One of the problems with getting 4K movies on sale is that they don't come with slipcovers. And with 4K titles, uh, I don't want to not have a slipcover. I've kind of gotten used to Blu-rays not having it. You can't really do anything about it, I guess. Maybe eventually, uh, I'll I'll find some time to make some slipcovers for it, because this is what I did with this one. I created my own slipcover for The Quick and the Dead. Sam Raimi's take on westerns. Guilty pleasure. It's not a bad western. It just has a little bit of the typical Sam Raimi comedic style to it that not everyone likes. But the cast is phenomenal, and I do enjoy watching this. The score is pretty good too. So yeah. Same thing goes with Spider-Man on Spider-Man Homecoming on 4K. I messed up this slipcover, so it's all scratched up, which I also had to make because it came without a slipcover. So yeah, really good movie. Was waiting for this to come out on 4K at a really good price. It was $10. So decided to pick up this on 4K because there is a audio improvement. It comes with a Dolby Atmos track compared to the Blu-ray's 5.1 track. So, for an extra $5, certainly worth picking up on 4K. And then we picked up Game of Thrones on 4K. This is the final season. It came out on Steelbook. Surprisingly, the Steelbook was cheaper than the Blu-ray or just a regular 4K release of this, which I got this for $20. It was early November. I own every single one on Blu-ray, so I wasn't planning on getting this on 4K, but for the price, I think that's a good deal. Plus, the last season really does benefit in 4K, especially that one season where everything is pitch black and you can't see anything. So, $20 can't go wrong. Comes with the digital code as well. And then lastly, the big one, the big title, technically didn't come out in November, but I just picked it up today, and that was Lord of the Rings on 4K. I've heard some phenomenal reviews for this already, and I needed an upgrade over my crappy theatrical Blu-ray release of this. So, it comes with both cuts, the theatrical and the extended edition, and I really hope they fixed Fellowship of the Ring with that green filter that they had on the Blu-ray. It was time for an upgrade in both visually and the audio department, and I've heard really good things. I'm going to be checking this out and doing an unboxing of this later on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Really love the packaging, and I can't wait to watch this on 4K. It's going to be something. So that about does it for my 4K pickups, my Blu-ray pickups, the Criterion pickups. Quite a bit of movies this month. I think now is time to kind of settle down and stop buying movies for now. Wait, unless some really good deals come along, but I think we've seen them for this year, and hopefully we'll find some more new movies next year to actually pick up, because these are all old movies, no new movies. Tenet comes out later in December. I'm not picking that up right away. I'll wait till the price drops. Considering how prices dropped this year, I am waiting on some titles. 1917 was like $20. And then when it first came out, it was like $8 on 4K this year. $8. I can wait for Tenet. If it's going to drop that low, I really do not need to be spending that kind of money right now. But for now, that is it. I also did pick up a Funko Pop. It is a Wyatt Earp Tombstone Funko. But that was it. I also did order one from eBay, which was a John the Hangman Ruth from Hateful Eight, so I'll be getting that in the mail at some point. But in all, that was my shopping for Black Friday and all of November. A lot of stuff being picked up this month. I think the most I've picked up in a while. So that about does my November pickups. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, put them down below in the comments section. I'd be curious to see what you guys picked up on Blu-ray and 4K and anything else this November. Hit that like down below. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.